So initially when I started with my Instagram, it was not, I hadn't really thought about it as I want to become an influencer.
Yeah.
It's like I was just posting things, I was just talking about my life on Instagram. Yeah, I was just posting things, talking about my life, talking about, you know, the things that are happening to me I mean, in terms of like my experiences, marriage, motherhood, weight loss. And then, I mean, I just found that people just started following me. So at one point I had 500, then I grew to 1,000, then 2,000, then I started realizing, okay, people are asking me to talk about certain things. So now I started being very intentional about the kind of content that I post. And that's actually only this year. So in January this year, I had, I think, 3,000 on Instagram. Now I think I have 25,000.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that's happened like the past, actually like around 4 to 5 months, actually. So I realized the more intentional I am about posting things that people are interested in listening to or watching, that's what now makes people come towards my channel. Yeah.
And let's say, why did you want to do it? Why did you decide, I want to share what I'm going through, I want to share my weight loss journey, I want to share my motherhood journey? Why? What's your intention?
Well, I think it's because so many of the things that I've gone through, I feel like at the point at which I was going through them, I kept searching for somebody who I could look up to in terms of those things, like somebody who is on YouTube, somebody where somewhere I could get like Kenyan experiences of someone who, let's say, was a single mom or someone who's trying to lose weight, and I couldn't find examples. So I started wondering, I'm like, this is obviously like a space which is not tapped into, because there are people who are looking for that kind of content, because I was looking for that kind of content and it wasn't there. So I was like, why not? And I found that people kept asking me questions. So I found it's easier for me to just give it to a large number of people as opposed to answering the same question to 1,000 people. And that's why I now started my YouTube channel, because even on Instagram I was finding like it's not enough, because on Instagram video is easier for you to tell a whole story, you know. So I decided, let me just put a place where I can actually answer people's questions and they can find that information, because I know so many people need that information. Yeah.
And your first video on YouTube, you uploaded this year August.
Yeah.
That is like 3 months ago.
Oh yeah, that is 3 months ago. Yes,
3
exactly.
months ago.
Yes.
And yesterday you shared this photo on your platform saying that you reached 10K subscribers within 3 months. We know of people who've been there for months, years, and they didn't grow in such a rate. How do you feel about that? How was it for you?
Honestly, I feel excited, and to some extent, like I was saying in the picture, I feel shocked, because in fact when I started the channel, I have 3 sisters, so I told them, if no one else watches, at least you 3 will watch, and mom and dad and my husband. So I was like, we'll just have 7 views, it's okay. But then I found like it got 1,000 views, 2,000 views, and I realized that there was something, I guess, about the way that I was sharing, because one thing that people kept telling me is that my content seems authentic to them, it seems real, and that's what I try to do. Like, I don't want to pretend. I go on and I just talk about what I want to talk about, and I, you know, share my experience, and I try to be as open and as honest and as real as possible. And I think that's what people really liked about my channel. That's what people have been lacking in some of the content that they have been seeing online.
True.
Yeah.
Let's talk about, it's only 3 months and you've got into it, but the video that people like really knew that Zayami mom is somewhere and she's doing an amazing job was your weight loss video. The one that you said you lost
30 kgs.
30 kgs.
Yes, in a year.
In 1 year.
Yes.
Let's talk about that. How was your weight loss journey?
It's not over, first of all. It's ongoing. Anybody who has had any struggles with weight knows that weight is like, it's an ongoing struggle.
Yeah.
But it was after I gave birth to my daughter, and I was just feeling so unhappy with my body. I was feeling so unhappy with myself. And I just decided to try something to help me lose weight, because I didn't want, like, I kept thinking about how I was going to be a mom to my kids if my body is not optimal. You know, you can't play with them outside. You can't, you know, you just can't be involved in the activities they want to be involved in. So I decided to go on a what's called a low carb diet, which is basically you cut out refined carbohydrates and you cut out sugar. So basically no carbs, no sugar. So what you're eating is just a lot of proteins like meat and a lot of vegetables. So I just ate that for a whole year and I lost weight. In fact, I barely worked out. I think I only worked out for 1 month out of all that. So so the bulk of my weight loss was actually just based on me changing my food. Like, I cut out starch, sugar, I cut out junk food, and anything with sugar, it was just like a no.
Just like
just that.
You went to the gym.
Let me tell you, weight loss, by the way, is 95%, in fact 98% your diet and your lifestyle. Working out, it helps because it helps you to tone and it helps you probably lose weight faster, but it's not the key element of losing weight. Eating, what you eat is what is crucial to how you lose weight.
So if you're a lazy person, to go to the gym.
Exactly.
Just watch your eating.
That's what you're eating, yeah.
And let's talk about you quit your job. How was that? What happened after that?
Well, I made a whole video about, you know, the whole process of why I quit my job and everything. It was because I was in a very stressful job. My daughter and both my kids are quite young, and my daughter specifically because she's only 1 year old. Yeah. And I just really felt like my job took me away from my kids. And I felt like since I had this platform, and I realized that the more effort and the more time I put into this platform, the more it was giving me back in terms of followers, in terms of subscribers, and in terms of brand collaborations. I decided, let me just focus on that because that allows me the freedom to be able to work from home. It allows me the freedom to be able to, you know, I have more flexible time. So if like there's a school meeting or if there's, you know, a play group I want to take my daughter to, I don't need to worry like, oh my gosh, lazima niende job. So I just decided to do that, and it was a bold move. I'm so lucky that I have an amazing husband who supports me, and he was just like, you know, if you have a plan, I'll support you, and let's see where it goes. And so far, I can't complain. Yes.
So now we're talking about social media influence. A lot of people don't understand exactly what is social media. You tell your parents, I want to be a social media influencer, and they're like,
what is that?
Is it a career?
Yeah.
Let's talk about, because you've been there for 3 months, it's working for you, as you're saying. What exactly can you say social media as a career is? How is it paying off and all that?
Let me say that if there's one thing that everybody understands right now is that digital is taking over. Digital is taking over everything. I mean, if you're a brand and you're not online, you're nowhere. Yeah. If you're even just a brand, a personal brand, and you're not online, you're nowhere, because digital is everything. Most corporates understand this. Even churches, even bakeries, like from whatever kind of company it is, they know that online is where it is. And in terms of a career, many people these days are now being able to tap into what people like us do. So I already have a following of people who know me, who trust me. These 25,000 on Instagram and the 10,000 on YouTube who believe the things that I say, because they know I would not post something just because I'm being paid to do it, you know? So if, for example, a brand now approaches me, a brand, let's say it's I don't know, diapers. Let's say it's a diaper brand. And these guys say, oh, I see you already use these diapers, because I would not now start using some other random diapers. They would say, so would you be willing to share with your followers about what the benefits of these diapers are, give them a special, you know, rate, explain to them why it's important for you to take care of your baby like this. So you see, I'm benefiting them by directly reaching their target audience, which of course many of the people who follow me are women, they are mothers, or they are aspiring mothers, you know. So they know already they are reaching directly to their target audience through me, because people these days are no longer being influenced by like ads, an ad on TV or an ad in the papers, or you know, a billboard. People are just like, that person is just trying to sell to me. But when someone like me said, I say it, it's like that person trusts me, and for good reason. Yeah.
That is amazing. But let's talk about how did you start? Did you have everything on set? A stand, a camera, all this? How did you start?
No. Even now, I don't have a camera even now. What I did, you know, I had wanted, because I had been on Instagram for so long, I had really been saying, I want to start my YouTube channel, but I don't have a camera, I don't have lights, I don't have this. And then, you know, I just went online and I was just like, you know what is the bare minimum I need for me to start? And I was just like, I can start with my phone. So that's what I started with. I started with my phone. Even till now, I still shoot with my phone. I shoot with my phone, I edit on my phone, I upload from my phone, I do everything with my phone. You see, so many people are like, no, I need to wait and get this camera. But you know what? People are looking for good content value. So if what you're giving them is good, it doesn't matter if the production value is not as high, because what they're interested in is coming to hear what you're saying, coming to listen to, you know, the value that you're trying to give them, whether or not the production value is there. So I just decided, what I did is I spent a lot of time on YouTube searching, because there are people who have done it before. I searched how to edit a video, how to shoot a video, how to cut, how to upload, how to start your YouTube channel. And there's a lot of resource online that you just need to go on Google, you just need to spend time on YouTube and just search for anything it is that you want to learn. It's such an amazing resource, the internet. Yeah. Wow. And even till now, I'm still using my phone. I hope I'm going to be able to save up and buy a camera. Or my husband can buy me a camera.
That's a direct way of asking. But anyway, you said that one thing you've grown so fast is because of you, maybe your authenticness. But let's say the truth, there are people who've been there for quite some time and they're not. What do you think is that unique, the unique thing that has made you get where you are?
Consistency. Consistency, consistency, consistency. I say this all the time to everybody who asks me. There are many people who are creating content online who just are not consistent enough. So they'll release like a really nice video today, and the next time your followers will see you is like 3 months from now when you put up a video. It makes it very difficult for your audience to connect with you, because your audience, when you have a platform like this, it's like they kind of feel like they are part of your life, they are part of your platform. So they count on you to be constantly updating them, constantly talking to them, constantly, you know, giving them advice, and like it's like almost like you're a family, you see. So for me, I do my best to post every single day. There's no day that goes by that I don't post something. Either it's on my YouTube, I try to post thrice a week. On my Instagram, I post thrice a day. And on my Insta stories, I post like once an hour, like every hour, literally.
Every hour.
Yes. So what I do is that I just try to ensure that my content is very consistent. Sometimes, let's say a YouTube video is not like the best YouTube video in the world, but for me, I'd rather it's up than to have nothing at all for a really long time.
True.
Yeah. So people just need to be really consistent, keep creating content. The small things that you think people are not going to be interested in hearing about or seeing, they are interested. You just need to give them that content. And as long as you're creating content that you care about and that people care about, there will be people and they will come and they will watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's so many youths watching us at home. Now, most of them maybe they want to start a YouTube channel, become influencers, but when they sit down, they're like, hey, it's now what doing this and now, like whatever I want to do, maybe Joanne is doing it, my mommy is doing it, where there's someone doing it. But what can you tell them, like you? Before we went in, you said there's enough space for everyone.
Exactly. Let me tell you people, there's enough, just as you said, there's enough space for everyone. If I had thought like that, I wouldn't have started my channel and I wouldn't have grown as much as I've grown. YouTube, for example, YouTube just as a specific platform is the fastest growing social media platform of all platforms, because people love video content and they consume so much content in a day. So just because I've gone and watched Yummy Mommy's video doesn't mean that I'm not gonna go and watch now, you know, Mimo's video. People want to keep watching. They'll watch today, tomorrow they'll still be hungry for more. We cannot produce enough content to satisfy everybody's need. And I always tell people, if you have something to say, there's a unique way that you are going to be able to present it that no one else will be able to do it. There are many people talking about motherhood and marriage, but no one has had my experience, me as Joanne, you know, me as Yummy Mommy. So you have something to tell that story. I always tell people, go and look at the bread aisle in the supermarket. There are so many kinds of bread. Do you think anyone said, okay, this guy's already producing bread, me, I'm not going to produce bread? No, they're still there and they're still selling and they're still making millions, because there's something special that you can bring to the platform that no one else can bring. So all you have to do is believe in yourself and, you know, have something interesting that you want to talk about. Talk about something that you're interested in. Me, for example, I can't do makeup to save my life. So it doesn't make sense for me to now come and start saying, okay, my channel is about makeup. But people can be like, no, but you don't even do makeup. You know, it has to be something that you can talk about anytime, any day, you know, which you're confident about and it makes you happy and makes you interested.
So the photo behind us is of you and your husband.
Yes.
Whom, like, when we follow you, we see a lot of your family, your kids, your husband, even your dad. Do you sometimes feel like you're sharing too much? Because that's something you get as feedback. You share too much. But to you, do you share too much? Or where do you draw the line that this, I will share this, I will share this? Where do you draw the line?
I don't think it's a conscious thing. Like, I don't consciously sit and I write, okay, fine, this is too much, this is not too much. I just share what my heart tells me to share. And most times, you see too much, it's like, it's compared to what? When someone says you're sharing too much, it's compared to what? It's probably compared to what that other person shares. And for me, I've always felt, and I always tell my husband, I feel like I've gone through so much in life, and I feel like it's so selfish of me to not share those experiences and those learnings with other people. So when I talk about being a single mom, when I talk about my relationship with my husband, for me, it's if that video reaches one person who changes their life, or who is encouraged, or who is inspired by that one video, then I've done my duty. Because what is the use of life? What is the use of learning anything if you're not going to help other people with that information?
Sure,
yeah.
Sure.
There are times when I want to share something and I'm like, let me not. So I just take it like depending on what the thing is. And then sometimes I just ask my husband, babe, is it okay for me to share this? And it's like, yeah, sure. He's a very laid back guy. I love him, because I don't think I would be where I am today if he didn't give me the leeway to be the way that I am. And he really helps me even with like shooting and stuff like that. I'm like, babe, please take pictures of me. He's always very willing. So yeah.
So let's talk about negative haters. Because as a social media, even not as a social media
and everyone has haters.
Yeah, but for social media influencers, like I can't even fathom what you guys go through. But how do you deal with negative energy, haters, or like?
I don't know. For me, I don't know if it's that I've been lucky, but I haven't had like that many haters. Like maybe it's somebody who just comments a very negative thing, and sometimes I try my best not to feel bad, but sometimes it does feel bad, you know. Like someone will just say a very nasty thing and you ask yourself like, why? You just woke up to just decide today I'm going to ruin someone's day, you know. But I don't know, most times if I see a really bad comment, all I'll do is just delete and block, and that's it. Sometimes if I feel inspired, I'll respond to them and just tell them, hey, you know what, you suck. Bye. And sometimes I respond to them and then I block them, or sometimes I just delete the comment and I just block. And I tell myself, the funny thing is that it's one comment out of like 1,000 good ones, there's one bad one. So I'm like, will I let this one ruin my day? Will I focus on this one, or will I focus on the 1,000 which are amazing? I'm like, I'll focus on the 1,000 that are amazing.
True. So we've talked about you as a social media influencer and also haters. But sometimes do you feel trapped in doing what your audience are asking for? Like, do you feel sometimes you have to do this for your audience, or how do you deal with
No, actually never. In fact, I've been asked that quite a number of times, but I'm like, I actually don't. I try my best to balance. Like sometimes even when I want to put up a YouTube video, I'll ask my followers like on Instagram, oh, do you guys want to see this kind of video? What kind of content do you guys want me to put up? And many times you'll see other people trying to make you another vlogger. So they'll be like, oh, this other influencer has done this, so you should do this. Or this other person has shot like this. But me, I'm just like, it's just my life. I shoot what I want to shoot. When I don't feel like shooting, I don't. There are days like on a Sunday or on a random Friday, if I'm in a bad mood, or like, let's say I've had a fight with my husband and I don't feel like talking to anyone, I'll just tell guys I'm going to be offline for the next few hours, or I won't post today, something like that. And I try my best to just not let it get to me, you see, because sometimes people don't understand that for them, they're just watching, it's just a part of their day. But for me, it's my life. It's actually my life that I'm posting, and you know, my life is, I'm living it right now, and other people are just watching it, you see. So I try my best not to let it get to me. Sometimes when he does, my husband, again, is the one who calms me down, who's just like, babe, you know, you shouldn't let other people pressure you, you shouldn't, you know, whatever. And and I'm like, okay, I listen. I feel like I have a very strong personality. YouTube and social media is not for the light-hearted, by the way. It's not for the faint-hearted, because it can destroy you, you know. It can destroy, because you're constantly in a space where people are judging you. You put on 1 kg, hey, you look like you've nonad. Your nail polish is not good. They're like, hey, mommy, you didn't do your nails. What's happening? Are you fighting with your husband? You haven't put up a picture. You know, it can get so intense. Yeah, exactly. It's like a lot, and it happens all the time. But you just try your best, and you just like, you brush it off and you just move on, because I mean, after all, I didn't get where I am today by listening to what other people think about me. Yes.
So let's talk about your channel. You share about parenthood, motherhood, and all that. But you've always put this out there that your first kid, you weren't married, you were a single mom.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was difficult. I can't lie. Single parenting is a whole monster that I just shout out to all single moms out there. You're doing great. It was quite difficult. It wasn't as difficult as I know many people have it out there, because for me, I did have the support of my son's father. I did have the support of my family. And there's no point at which I ever felt like alone. But when I did have my son, now I felt like overwhelming need to like compensate, you know, like now I'm a single mom, now I need to like succeed so that I can show people I'm not just an ordinary single mom, you know. So it pushed me. So I think actually I keep telling my husband that if it was not for him, I probably would not be where I am today. I would probably just be a laid back 28-year-old.
Yeah.
But because of him, I always felt the need to push, and, you know, show and even prove to my parents that they didn't waste their time taking me to school. You know, like I can actually make it. And I mean, it's been quite a journey. When I think back on the experiences that I had with my son, I'm just like, wow, thank you, God. And by the time I eventually met my husband and we had our daughter, now things are good. They're amazing. There's a point that I would not even have imagined that we would get to where we are today. But Mungu ni mwema.
True. Yes. Any advice you would give, you know, a single parent out there who is just, you know, going through that alone? What would you tell a young guy?
Things get better. Things get so much better. And there's a point at which when you have your child and it's probably in the middle of the night, mtoto analia, you feel alone, you're broke, you're tired. Things do get better. That's one thing I can tell you. I know it doesn't feel like that right now, but they do get better. And reach out for help. Lean on as many people around you as possible. Don't try to be a superhero. I always tell people, don't try to act like you can do it all yourself. It's fine if you can't. Reach out to people around you, even if it's the church, even if it's a hospital, whatever it is, reach out to people around you and just keep working hard. Don't compromise on your morals. Don't compromise on your standards just because you're a single mom. You deserve as much as any normal human being deserves in life, whether it's love or it's career or it's, you know, investment, whatever it is. Don't lower your standards. You are doing a good job and things will get better. Yes.
True. So you've been doing social media, like social media this year is when you really like concentrated on it.
Yeah.
Do you say like what have you learned from it? Have you grown? What are some of the things that you've learned through your social media career and all?
What have I learned? Experiences are valuable. I would say that because I feel like one of the main reasons why many people follow me is that when they see something that I post, they can relate to it. Yeah. When I post a struggle that I'm having about wanting to lose weight or a struggle with my parenting or a struggle with my husband, they're like, yeah, I can relate to that. So experiences are extremely, extremely valuable. That's what I would say. Another thing I've learned is that hard work and consistency and following your passion pays off. Yeah. It really, really pays off because before, when I wasn't working on my platform, my platform was still growing, but not as fast. Right now, because I'm really intentional about sharing things that people want to listen to and sharing content that I am really interested in sharing, I grow approximately 1,000 followers per week. Every 5 to 6 days, I grow 1,000 followers. And that's because I guess when people come to my page, there's something that they see that they can relate to, you know, something that encourages them or inspires them. So I would just say, just follow your passion. I mean, hard work and consistency and discipline. That's what makes the difference between somebody who's mediocre and somebody who excels.
True.
Yes.
True. So a lot of our audience are the youth at home. And on Mondays, we like inspiring them. You know, giving them, you know, you can do this. It's not a must like you get an office job.
Yes.
You know, that's what people think. For you to make it, you must have an office job. But here you are talking about social media influence and it's working out for you. What can you tell a youth at home as what can they do? Like, just inspire a youth.
What I would say, and I wish someone had said this to me a long time ago, is that whatever it is you're passionate about, whether it's art or it's mathematics or it's shoes or it's hair, whatever it is, or even if it's engineering and being a lawyer, whatever it is, work really, really hard at it. Morning to evening, do research, talk to people, network, like immerse yourself in that industry that you want to get into, and there's nowhere that you can't get to. Like, honestly, I'm convinced that we limit ourselves based on what we think is possible. Like, you're told, okay, fine, no, it's gonna be so hard, you can't do it. There's no job that's easy, in my view. If it's easy, you're not doing it well enough. Yeah. That's what I think. Because even social media influencing, I get so many people who DM me and like, I just want to be able to not work. I just want to stay at home. I'm like, you think it's easy? I mean, it's fun, but it's not easy. It's also work. I have to engage with people constantly. It's emotionally tiring, the number of people I talk to every single day and advice and, you know, and help. But the thing is that if you truly you're interested in pursuing your passion, go at it with all your heart, all your mind. Spend a lot of time researching on the internet. I mean, just create your craft. If it's art that you like doing, practice and practice and practice and practice until you get so good at it that people will be calling you for interviews at Njata TV.
So where do you see yourself, because you've been there for 3 months, and it has worked already for you, but where do you see yourself in the future? What do you hope to achieve?
Well, for now, I don't know how far in the future I've thought. In fact, my husband always asks me that. He's like, so what's the end game? I'm like, babe, I don't know. But for now, I want to just work on growing my platform. Yeah. I want to work on just solidifying, because I still consider myself a newbie. There are some people, some influencers in the market who have been there a long time, and I still feel like I have a lot to learn from them. I still feel like I have a long way to go. So I want to right now focus on just growing my platform, growing my expertise, especially on YouTube. You know, it's very technical, things like editing, things like shooting. So I just want to try and get better at it, be able to do it in shorter periods of time. I am doing a few brand collaborations right now. I hope they will grow in the future. And I'm really very open. You know, it's a very new space, so I'm really not sure where exactly it's going to take me. But I do know in the future, at some point, I want to open some kind of center or a forum that is for women to just come and talk about issues and get help on their issues, whether it's something to do with marriage or motherhood, or I mean, whatever it is, even just like social media, anything that women, because women have a lot of struggles. Hey,
true. So because of time, it's not really on our side, but I hope we had more time so that you could continue talking, because you have a lot to share. But just tell us where we can find your content, your social media handles. I know it was being displayed, but it's good you mentioned.
Yes. Please follow me on Instagram at yummymummy.ke. That's on Instagram. And on YouTube, you can just search yummymummy.ke and you will find me on there.
Thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you.